A UK football player is facing several felonies in Frankfort after deputies say they found a pound of marijuana on him and in his car.
Police in Danville arrest a grandmother because of the condition they say they found her granddaughter in.
This is WKYT News at noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Barbara Bailey.
I'm Bill Bryant. Here's what's happening at noon. A University of Kentucky football player is facing drug charges this midday. Jason Hatcher is charged with speeding, trafficking, tampering with physical evidence, and drug paraphernalia.
The Franklin County Sheriff says Hatcher was stopped for speeding early this morning, and deputies found a pound of marijuana in his car. WKYT is in Frankfort now with the very latest. It's our top story at noon.
Well, these charges started with a stop for speeding. Now a former UK football player is facing several felonies related to marijuana. Franklin County Sheriff Pat Melton confirmed to us that UK defensive end Jason Hatcher was arrested early this morning. He said the initial stop was for speeding along I-64, but once that deputy approached the car, he smelled marijuana and told Hatcher he would be searching the vehicle. He said as that deputy went back to his cruiser to get some gloves, he saw Hatcher moving items around. And as he saw Hatcher moving items around, he made the search. They found a total of a pound of marijuana in the car and on Hatcher's pants. They arrested him and charged him with trafficking in marijuana, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Melton says when that search started, it was clear Hatcher was trying to hide the marijuana down his pants.
There was some seeds and stems and stuff on his crotch area. And when he got him out, he had stuck a quarter pound of marijuana down his pants. There was 3/4 of a pound of marijuana found on the passenger side floorboard of the vehicle.
Just from the team for violation of team rules, they said there would also be no further comment on the case. Live in Franklin County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. Hatcher pleaded not guilty this morning in Franklin Circuit Court. He's scheduled for a preliminary hearing March 15th.
A dramatic scene unfolded at a Lexington home today. The FBI raided a house on Heartland Parkside Drive off Kennesaw. So far, no arrests have been made. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy is near the scene with the latest. Kristen?
Neighbors say those agents surrounded the home around 8 this morning. At one point, one neighbor told us he counted 10 members of law enforcement outside the home. Right now, the FBI will only say they are conducting law enforcement activity in the area. So far, they haven't made any arrests, and they do not think anyone living on Heartland Parkside Drive is in any danger. Many neighbors who didn't want to talk on camera say the family that lives at the home, the Equals, are friendly. They never suspected anything happening at the home, and they've been watching FBI agents go in and out this morning. They say those agents took one of the sons away, and they think the father is still inside the home. An FBI spokesperson out of Louisville tells us that so far they have not made any arrests. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
And neighbors say the Equals have lived at that home for close to 5 years. An online ad has landed a Lexington man in jail. Attorney General Andy Beshear says his office's cyber crimes unit arrested 57-year-old Christopher McLevone after a month-long undercover investigation that started after he posted an online ad saying, quote, "a mature man looking for a high school hottie." McLevone is charged with using an electronic device for the purpose of seeking a minor for sex. Investigators say they also found 17 marijuana plants at his home when he was arrested.
A Central Kentucky woman is accused of neglecting a young child. The child's grandmother, 51-year-old Lisa Bow, is charged with endangering the welfare of a minor, abandonment, and public intoxication. Police say the 9-year-old girl was found outside partially clothed and hungry, while Bow was inside drunk. But as WKYT's Phil Pendleton reports, the story has a positive ending thanks to an act of kindness at a local restaurant.
Well, police were called to a home on Crescent Drive in Danville. They say that when they got there, they found a young girl sitting on her front porch wearing only a T-shirt and shorts and had a backpack on. But the trouble was inside, they say, where they found 51-year-old Lisa Baugh. They say she was drunk. They say the grandmother was unsteady on her feet, had glassy eyes, and slurred speech. The child, that police say is 9, told them her grandmother had gotten drunk, mad at her, and told her to go outside. Police say the young child looked hungry and took her to McDonald's to eat, and once there, the worker didn't charge anything for the meal.
And then I noticed that, he was buying her breakfast, and he looked at me and he said, well, she hadn't eaten in a while. So, that already pulled on my heartstrings. So I thought, what can I do to make her day a little bit better?
Now, police say that Baugh was charged with alcohol intoxication and endangering the welfare of a minor. In Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. And the grandmother remains in the Boyle County Jail. She says she did not want to talk to us about her charges. Several Paris police officers who were suspended for misconduct are fighting to get their jobs back. A public hearing is ongoing at this noon hour where the officers are pleading their cases to commissioners and the city attorney. The hearing has included hours of video evidence presented by Chief Rob Williams. He says officers are seen spending hours hanging out with their feet up on desk, goofing around, and even doing unrelated homework in the dispatch center. A department-wide memo was sent out in December asking all officers to stop hanging out in dispatch, and they claim they did. Their attorneys say this is a case of retaliation.
Once they elected not to switch from a 10-hour shift to a 12-hour shift, they were on target. They were Chief Williams crosshairs.
Now, 6 officers were all suspended without pay on a variety of charges last week. 1 has since resigned. Each officer will have a chance to testify and respond to the allegations today.
And we'll stay on top of that story throughout the day. And after a beautiful weekend here in the Bluegrass, at least Saturday was great, right? And yesterday was warm. We're in for a wild week of weather now. We start with sunshine, some mild temperatures, but the end of the week, we could have some snow between here and there. Here's WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, like Bill was saying, today's not all that bad, neither is tomorrow, but it is much cooler than this weekend. This weekend was phenomenal. Now, midweek's going to be very interesting. We'll get into that in your full forecast just a few minutes, but we have 40s, we have 30s, we even have some 50s down in South and Southeastern Kentucky. It's all over the map. Just all depends on where you are, the way it feels outside. 45, a pair of those. Frankfort and Lexington, and then Middlesboro, Harlan. You're coming in at 55 degrees. That's a nice feel. But near average in toward the afternoon, for the most part, we'll be there in the mid to upper 40s, and you see a pretty decent evening in store. Now, what we're going to be focusing in on, obviously, is not the next couple of days, because the next couple of days are pretty calm and quiet. It's all about midweek. That winter forecast is going to be with us through midweek, especially as we travel towards your Thursday. I'll show you what comes before that when the rain starts and also when it transitions over into snow coming up.
All right, lots to deal with. We'll see you shortly. As the city of Lexington continues to grow, more drivers are using neighborhood streets to get home faster. And right now, the city's neighborhood traffic management program, which helps to try to curb neighborhood speeding, is updating some of the regulations. So we decided to find out how bad some Lexington neighborhood cut-throughs really are and what officials are trying to do about it.
People that use it as a cut-through, as opposed to people who live on the street, tend to go very fast down the road, and it's very dangerous.
If you go to neighborhood meetings, speeding and traffic seems to be the number one complaint in most today.
Tonight on WKYT News at 6, we'll tell you what neighborhood streets police say they get the most complaints about speeding on. And an interesting story ahead. Well, the expansion of alcohol sales is up for a vote in a central Kentucky city this week. Tomorrow, voters in historic Harrodsburg will decide whether or not to expand alcohol sales in restaurants that seat at least 50 people. Right now, only restaurants that seat at least 100 people can sell alcohol by the drink. The polls will be open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. Here's a great story. A sophomore at Eastern Kentucky University in Richmond is set to make her national TV debut.
Megan Smith, the owner of Doodlebug Cakes in Berea, will be on tonight's episode of Cake Wars. The 18-year-old is the youngest contestant in the show's history. She and her assistant will compete against 3 other teams for a chance to win $10,000. You can watch that episode tonight at 9 o'clock. Cheer for her.
Yeah, there you go. A cake war with a Kentucky contender. Coming next, Republicans are gearing up for tomorrow's caucuses in Nevada after a weekend which saw big wins for Donald Trump and Democrat Hillary Clinton. We'll take you out on the campaign trail coming up on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
Also ahead, when winners of this year's Academy Awards walk on stage to accept their Oscars, they'll be handed a new generation of golden statuettes. We'll explain next on WKYT.
As Lexington roads get busier, drivers are finding alternate ways to their destination. Many are taking neighborhood roads way too fast, leaving residents in fear.
People live here, children play here, and it's very dangerous.
We've been here for 30 minutes. Not a single one was going the speed limit.
WKYT investigates what's being done to keep residential roads safe as Lexington continues to grow. Neighborhood Cut-Throughs, tonight at 6 on WKYT.
With a variety of fresh-made seafood meals starting at just $4.99, no one does seafood like Dee's. Try our new homestyle flounder meal, or double dozen shrimp, or our grilled menu featuring new Tuscan tilapia, each with 2 sides and hush puppies. For full meals starting at $4.99, it's gotta be Dee's.
Think about this. You're paying for new windows whether you buy them or not. Over 70% of your energy dollars are lost through those old drafty windows in the wintertime to keep you cold. Right now, with new windows, we can save you energy dollars. Give your home an energy upgrade. Take advantage of our winter blowout sale here at America's Window. You buy 2 windows, you get 1 half off. Convenient credit terms available. Act now and upgrade to triple pane at no additional charge. Give your home an energy upgrade. Call America's Window today.
Reclaim your bathing freedom in a new walk-in tub from One Day Bath by America's Window. It's the tub with a low step-in, chair height seat, and grab bars for added safety, plus hydrotherapy for extra comfort. We can install in as little as 1 day, so don't wait. Call now to take advantage of our winter blowout sale. Get $2,000 off a new walk-in tub with convenient credit terms available. Plus, act now and receive a wall system at no additional charge with your walk-in tub purchase. Call now.
While some airports offer a few flights to a few places a few days a week, Louisville International offers daily flights to more of the places you want to go. You can get there from there, eventually. Or you can see where we can take you. Visit us today.
Think you might be pregnant? No judgment, no pressure, just help. AssuranceCare.org.
Nursing home abuse happens daily. Loved ones need protection. If you or someone you love has experienced nursing home abuse, call 800-800-4600.
With a variety of fresh-made seafood meals starting at just $4.99, no one does seafood like Dee's. Try our new homestyle flounder meal, or double dozen shrimp, or our grilled menu featuring new Tuscan tilapia, each with 2 sides and hush puppies. For full meals starting at $4.99, it's gotta be Dee's.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. There's just one more day until Republicans in Nevada will caucus, and the race is beginning to focus on just a few candidates.
Daniel Nottingham is in Las Vegas with the latest from the campaign trail.
Fresh off the South Carolina primaries, the race for the Republican presidential nomination heads to Nevada, and Donald Trump is hoping to keep his hot streak going.
I love to win. Don't we love to win? Love it.
This past weekend's results in South Carolina make this virtually a 3-man race between Trump, Marco Rubio, and Ted Cruz. Cruz is making the claim that he's the only candidate who can challenge Trump.
It is becoming clearer and clearer that we are the one campaign that can beat Donald Trump. Indeed, we're the only campaign that has beaten Donald Trump.
Some Nevadans we spoke with like Cruz's conservative message.
I think Ted Cruz speaks to people like myself who are pro-life, who are, are not afraid of God in our system and want to return to constitutional values.
While Rubio is trying to make a mainstream appeal to all Republicans.
Of the people left in this race, no one can unite this movement or this party faster than I can.
Rubio has drawn support from new kid on the GOP block, Donnie Wahlberg, who says he's voting Republican for the first time.
I would much rather have a Republican tell me something that I don't want to hear than have another Democrat tell me every single thing I want to hear just to get my vote.
John Kasich is looking past Nevada to Super Tuesday. He's campaigning in Virginia, which votes a week from tomorrow. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Las Vegas.
And, of course, Kentucky's Republican caucus is coming up on Saturday, March 5th. Well, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are both looking ahead to the Democratic primary in South Carolina, which is this Saturday. The U.S. Supreme Court is meeting today, shorthanded. It's the first time since the death of Justice Antonin Scalia. Speculation is swirling over a potential successor. Scalia could have been a deciding vote in the cases being heard, which center on the rights of criminal defendants. The 79-year-old died unexpectedly unexpectedly while on a hunting trip to Texas earlier this month. He was laid to rest on Saturday. President Obama is vowing to nominate Scalia's replacement, but Senate Republicans led by Kentuckian Mitch McConnell are pledging to block anyone he puts forward. Legendary author Harper Lee has been laid to rest in Alabama.
Her funeral reflected the way she lived her life privately and simply. A few dozen people who made up her inner circle gathered Saturday for the funeral service in her small hometown of Monroeville. That's the same town Lee used as the model for the town of Macomb in her Pulitzer Prize-winning book, To Kill a Mockingbird. Lee died Friday. She was 89 years old. The Academy Awards are this weekend, and finishing touches are being put on the Oscar statues. After being produced in Chicago for the last 3 decades, the manufacturing was brought to New York this year. Liquid metal is poured into a cast and moments later comes out as an Oscar. Every statuette is inspected, polished, and given an individual serial number. The Oscars are then shipped off to Los Angeles for the ceremony. The 88th Annual Academy Awards will air live Sunday night from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood.
Coming up, a Lexington hotel is robbed for the second time in 2 weeks.
Mostly cloudy skies out there right now. Are we going to be seeing any rain anytime soon? I'm going to get into that forecast, and also I'll show you where there's some snow. It's coming up next.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you, like WKYT on Facebook.
The treasure folks are loving is the ocean's greatest haul. McDonald's Filet-O-Fish, the most golden of them all.
Right now, get 2 flaky Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $5.
No matter what time it is or wherever you are, your Toyota dealers are always open at buyatoyota.com. Now, during the final days of Toyota's Anytime, Anywhere event, get 0% financing for 60 months on this stylish new 2016 Corolla. Or lease one now for just $159 a month. So visit here and then come in here before it all ends February 29th. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every month, almost 200,000 people visit forthepeople.com. They visit to learn about their legal rights concerning automobile accidents, workers' compensation, medical malpractice. You can spend all the time you want or have a live chat 24/7. You can learn about unsafe drugs and medical devices, class actions, and your consumer rights. Forthepeople.com belongs to you, your consumer website. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Reclaim your bathing freedom in a new walk-in tub from One Day Bath by America's Window. It's the tub with a low step-in, chair height seat, and grab bars for added safety, plus hydrotherapy for extra comfort. We can install in as little as 1 day, so don't wait. Call now to take advantage of our winter blowout sale. Get $2,000 off a new walk-in tub with convenient credit terms available. Plus, act now and receive a wall system at no additional charge with your walk-in tub purchase. Call now.
Think about this. You're paying for new windows whether you buy them or not. Over 70% of your energy dollars are lost through those old drafty windows in the wintertime to keep you cold. Right now, with new windows, we can save you energy dollars. Give your home an energy upgrade. Take advantage of our winter blowout sale here at America's Window. You buy 2 windows, you get 1 half off. Convenient credit terms available. Act now and upgrade to triple pane at no additional charge. Give your home an energy upgrade. Call America's Window today.
These gray skies, you could shake them up, we could wait.
Wake up with a hot McCafe coffee starting at only $1.
Have something that needs investigating? Email us or call the WKYT Investigates tip line. Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Man, this weekend was phenomenal. 60s, 70s. It was beautiful weather, except for Sunday, got a little bit of rain. But you know what? We're actually starting off the work week not on a bad note. I know we have mostly cloudy skies, and it's not exactly warm, but it's not bad either. We're actually going to be right around average later on this afternoon for all locations. Now, a pair of 39s coming in at Richmond and Danville. Then you got a pair of 45s in Lexington and Frankfort. Then you got a pair of 55s down in southeastern Kentucky. So it really depends on where you live. I mean, we're talking 30s, 40s, and 50s on the map right now. And it's very sporadic. It's just kind of spread out here and there. So it all depends on where you live, but nonetheless, that's still at least around average or above that. 47 is what we're going to be calling the rest of the afternoon. Still holding on to mostly cloudy skies, but those are milky clouds. You don't get anything falling out of those type of clouds. It just makes for just kind of a gloomy looking afternoon. We go off into the evening if you have any plans. Going out to eat, you'll be just fine. 42 degrees there by 8 p.m. and then tomorrow morning, we're going to do it all over again tomorrow morning, starting off just like we did this morning. Here's what you want to see. Check out the screen. Here's an hour-by-hour forecast. We get into tomorrow. Could you have a raindrop during the daylight hours? There's a possibility. It's very small, and more than likely it's going to be down toward the southern half of our viewing area. So I call it 20–30% max out of this during the daylight hours. It's really during the evening and night that you start to see the bulk of the rain slide on in. And once that rain starts, it's not going to stop anytime soon. So there's midnight tomorrow night off into early Wednesday morning. Look at the bulk of the rain, the heavy rain sliding on in. You'll even get some rumbles of thunder out of this as it moves on through. This is 8 a.m. Wednesday morning. That is not fun, trying to get off to the bus stop, get the kids out going, and also you heading off to work. It's going to be a very soggy commute there on Wednesday morning. And during the day, we still have widespread rain. Everybody will see rain there on Wednesday. I'm looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain is your best bet. Of rain, not snow. We're about to get the snow. There's 7 p.m. still out there. Watch as we head off into the night. Right around midnight. This is midnight to about 3 a.m. Now you're starting to see that rain transition into snow. Why? That system's making its way eastbound. Wraparound moisture comes flying on in here. And I would say a couple of inches is a good call out of this system there on Thursday. This is not a high impact system. It's not a big major issue. Nothing like what we picked up just a month ago, where we had double digits or 6 to 7 inches. Nothing like that. But still a couple of inches around here of snow on some of these back roads, some of these roads. That will cancel a few schools. That will delay a few schools. Cause some problems there on the roadways. And it's going to be just like last time. If you remember last time how wet that snow was, it was easy for it to melt away. It's going to be that slushy snow. Look at your temperature at 32 degrees. That's the way it's going to go. So to break it down for you, next couple of days, no big issues. It's really Wednesday is when all that wind and that rain comes flying on in here. It's just a soggy, windy day there on Wednesday. And then Thursday, that's when the snow moves on in. That's probably your most impactful day. It's going to be Thursday. But look toward the weekend, guys. This is a short-living system. Comes through, hangs out for about 2 days as the cold does. Then it makes its way on out, and we're back to the 40s and 50s.
That's good. Tends to be quicker when you get late in winter.
That's right. That's exactly right. There you go.
That's a good thing. Thank you, Mike. We're coming back in a moment. The Cats had to struggle to pull out a win at Alabama.
And in tomorrow's rematch, they could be substantially shorthanded. Dave Baker's next with sports.
And checking stocks as we head to break this afternoon. The major market indicators way up at midday.
I believe in doing what needs to be done to keep the world safe.
You gonna tell me who you are?
Guess not.
They're television's smartest team.
My name's Walter O'Brien. I have the 4th highest IQ ever recorded.
But CBS Tonight,
members of Scorpion cannot be in relationships with each other.
love becomes a battlefield.
The war isn't over.
Scorpion, CBS Tonight, or stream it live or on demand.
In the winter, cold air literally pulls the warm air out of your home. Get rid of those drafty old windows with our winter installation and new windows from America's Window. They make a difference. Listen to Alan.
Looks like we've reduced our energy bill about 25%. And the windows hopefully will end up paying for themselves.
Over 23,000 satisfied customers. America's Window. Come by and see us at 1190 East New Circle Road, right here in town, here in Lexington. Call the toll-free number, 1-800-861-4153. Check us out on the web. A lot of folks doing that now, americaswindowusa.com. And check this out. It's our winter blowout sale. You buy 2 windows, you get 1 half off. Convenient credit terms available, and if you act right now during this program, get an upgrade to triple pane and no additional charge. Go to the phone and make the call for a free estimate, 1-800-861-4153, America's Window.
22 million people were injured in the bathroom last year alone. So call your friends here at One Day Bath by America's Window. Discover a safe and secure way to bathe in a new walk-in tub. Visit our showroom here in Lexington, located at 1190 East New Circle Road. Browse 14 baths and showers on display. Take back your bathing independence with a new walk-in tub like this. Look at the low step-in, easy access side door, and chair height seat. Enjoy that spa-like experience with hydrotherapy warm water massage. Ask about barrier-free showers for easy wheelchair access and tub-to-shower conversions. Hey, if you've been thinking about it, then now's a great time to call during our winter blowout sale. Take advantage of special savings with $2,000 off your new walk-in tub with convenient credit terms available. Act now to receive a wall system at no additional charge with your walk-in tub purchase. Don't miss out. Call right now.
Farmer, Frankfurt Outsider. That's Chuck Tackett. Pro-family and pro-business. Chuck Tackett rejects the notion by Washington liberals that the answer to every problem is another big government program. We can trust Chuck Tackett to put our families first by standing up to big government and big business. In the special election for state representative March 8th, send a message to the career politicians. Vote Chuck Tackett. Farmer, Frankfurt Outsider.
I'm WKYT Sam Dick, and I stand for Kentucky.
When the Cats pulled out a tough win at Alabama earlier this year, Alex Poitras was huge. The word on the UK campus, though, is that his bad knee won't allow him to be back for the rematch tomorrow night, but there's a chance he could be ready for Vanderbilt on Saturday. That injury becomes even more significant in light of what happened Saturday at Texas A&M during the second half of that game. Derek Willis landed awkwardly on his right ankle. Remember, he said he was sore Thursday night? He'd be helped off the court. John Calipari didn't have a diagnosis after the game, except to say he heard it was a pretty bad sprain over the last 11 games. Willis averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds for the Cats. I mean, he's been something. Now, yesterday, this picture emerged. It's not Bill Bryant's ankle, but it's a picture on social media that Derek Willis tweeted out saying, quote, should have just broke. Yikes. Came from Willis's Instagram account, and man, is that a bad-looking ankle. Short time ago on the weekly SEC teleconference, Cal was asked for an update.
You know, I'm not fazed by it. I mean, we haven't used it as an excuse, and, you know, he's the next man up. You know, I haven't seen Derek yet today, so I can't tell you exactly how bad it is, if he's playing or not. Alex worked out yesterday. Don't know if he'll be able to go or not.
Boy, and that could be critical. With Alabama playing for its NCAA life, the Crimson Tide had won 5 in a row before losing to Mississippi State on Saturday. Joe Lunardi has them on the bubble. They come to Kentucky tomorrow night for a 7 o'clock tip on ESPN. We'll hear more from John Calipari coming up a little bit later today. And in just a couple of moments, the very latest is Kentucky has lost a starting linebacker due to that arrest over in Franklin County. That and much more on Jason Hatcher's coming up in a bit, guys. But for now, that's a look at sports on this Monday.
All right, Dave, thank you.
There's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
A grand reopening celebration in downtown Lexington, 2 years in the making.
I'm Victor Puente in Franklin County, where a UK football player has been charged with trafficking marijuana. This isn't the first time he's had a run-in with police. Coming up at 12:30, we'll tell you about the new charges he's facing.
Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $114 million. And Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $236 million.